2 years ago, I did a video, my 3 favorite financial coaching ideal clients, and I still love those ideal clients. In fact, the coaches that go through my Become a Coach program that choose small businesses as their ideal client usually do really well and have the biggest success stories. I wanted to do a follow-up video of a few more financial coaching ideal clients where I see a really big demand for coaches, but the supply is not meeting that demand. The following ideal clients reach out to me pretty often, but I refer them out to other financial coaches because their needs are not a fit for what I teach. A recent college grad is going to have very different problems than someone who is nearing retirement, and the options that are available to them are going to be vastly different as well. Ideal client number 1 that I've gotten a lot recently are individuals who are nearing retirement age or even at retirement age, but are really struggling with debt and have no retirement set aside. Sometimes they are still supporting children. Sometimes they have a big life insurance payout if a spouse passes away. And sure, I could help them budget, I could hold them accountable, but there's a lot of nuance to this ideal client that I'm just honestly not prepared to handle. And this just isn't an ideal client for me because I'm not prepared emotionally or practically. My chest gets really tight and I start sweating when someone of retirement age has a lot of debt and has nothing saved for retirement. And I never turn someone away. I always really strive to connect them with another financial coach that I trust. And this is a very delicate, ideal client. Like I said, sometimes they're still supporting family members. Sometimes one spouse is on board and one isn't. Sometimes it's the children, the adult children reaching out for the parents. Sometimes their hands are tied when it comes to increasing their income, and sometimes they just need more financial boundaries when it comes to family. It's tricky stuff. I've had clients that fell in this category very early on before I narrowed down my ideal client. There is 1000% a need for this in the market, but you really need to know your stuff. Do a lot of market research, work with a lot of beta clients before you jump in. Another note with this ideal client, this has happened in the past and actually just happened a couple weeks ago, but sometimes the adult children are reaching out for the aging parent nearing retirement age, and the adult children want to pay for the coaching of the parent. I really discourage this because I've done it. I've had situations where the child paid for the coaching of the parent and vice versa. The parent paid for the coaching of the child, and it's been a disaster every single time. Here's what I suggest instead. Pay for some of it. Split it 50-50 or split it 75-25 or some variation, but the person that's going through the coaching needs to be a part of the monetary transaction. Paying for coaching is humbling. Obviously, I believe in coaching. I've enrolled in so many courses and programs. I'm in a one-to-one coaching program right now where someone is coaching me. But coaching is very humbling. Paying for coaching is not a punishment. It's not even a consequence. Paying for coaching truly is an investment. It's a decision that sets the tone for the rest of the experience, if I'm being honest. When someone makes that payment, they are deciding for themselves that they are ready to change. It's humbling, it's a turning point, and it's a very necessary part of the transformation. They will look back at the experience and say, This moment was the moment that I decided to make a change. I committed to that and I followed through. This is why I never let someone else pay for 100% of the coaching anymore. The client needs to experience that moment that I just described for themselves. It needs to be their decision and no one else's. Here's what you may not know. I've been where you are. In 2017, I was working a dead-end job and being grossly underpaid. I felt hopeless, isolated, fearful, and restless. I literally had this thought, maybe a flexible, fulfilling career just isn't an option for me. Can you relate? Instead of taking on the identity of a victim and feeling sorry for myself, I got serious about starting a business and dreaming big. Fast forward, and now I'm working with dream clients, prioritizing my family and my health, taking time off to go on vacation, all while living in confidence and financial freedom. And today, say I'm the go-to financial coach for teachers at heart that want to start and grow their own financial coaching business. Click the link below to watch my free 60-minute workshop. Inside the workshop, you're going to learn the mindset that you need in order to sell with confidence and kindness, how to price your services so that you work with dream clients, how to come alongside your prospective clients with true empathy, and the number one way to overcome imposter syndrome when pricing your services. It's pre-recorded so you can watch it right now. Click the link below to start your journey of becoming a financial coach and transforming lives. Ideal client number 2 that I see a big need for right now are individuals that are going through or have just gone through a divorce. Divorce is not only very messy and painful, but it's also very expensive, like tens of thousands of dollars expensive. Sometimes there is child support that can be very crippling, or hefty lawyer fees, split assets, tax consequences, things that no one else is really talking about. Everything in divorce has a price tag. I think my heart truly breaks for this ideal client because in the process and even afterward, it can feel like no one is on your side. I've had friends go through divorces and it can be so isolating. Being a positive, encouraging voice, someone who is 100% advocating for their client in the midst of the mess and the pain, what a powerful and very impactful business to have. Again, there is a need in the market for this. You've got to do the work up front. You've got to do the market research. You've got to work with a lot of beta clients in order to understand all of the nuances. And I would even take it a step further with this ideal client and say that you really should meet one-to-one with family attorneys and family counselors. Of course, you can most likely refer business to one another, but even more than that, you can learn more about your ideal client. How can you best serve them? What other financial obstacles do they usually come up against? Who else can support them? It's most likely going to take a team. And if you have a great one-to-one and you really connect with them, can you take it a step further than just being a nice referral? Can you collaborate with them on maybe a webinar or a workshop online or in person? Can you make a presentation that you can give to your one-to-one that they can send to their clients to help them with next steps? Can you give them something tangible? Maybe collaborate on a PDF checklist or a financial list of to-dos. That way the ideal client has some direction after the divorce. Check out last week's video to get a full breakdown of how to get in front of and then also talk to referral partners. Or could you work with a crisis counselor for marriages that are trying to stay together so that maybe you could get ahead of some of the problems and be proactive? You're charging how much for your financial coaching services? You're doing it for free? $50? $100, and your clients are ghosting you? I know it's frustrating. This is typical, and I've been there. There's 3 big mistakes that I see with new or aspiring financial coaches. They don't charge enough, they don't know their ideal client, and they don't know how to communicate what they offer, or they just don't know what they offer. If you're ready to really take the plunge and become a successful financial coach, my program Become a Coach is for you. Here's what financial coach Hannah from Young Wealth said. The whole program was amazing. I feel so confident going forward, and with all the tools and resources I've gotten from this course. I really just loved the overall structure of the course and how step-by-step everything was. Because of this course and because of Jess, I have built the business of my dreams. Investing in yourself is always worth it, even when it's scary. Is this program a perfect fit for you? I've got a free 60-minute pricing workshop to help give you clarity on if becoming a financial coach is a good fit. 60 minutes of invaluable content that's available right now for you to watch. Click the link below. There's so much opportunity here because I've gotten the emails, I've gotten the requests, and I'm not equipped. You've got to know your lane and who you're prepared to help. If something is a little bit above what you've dealt with in the past or more nuanced than the knowledge that you currently have, don't be afraid to refer that person to another financial coach. Network with other financial coaches that have different ideal clients from you. This can be very valuable. Right around the same time that I became a financial coach, I met another financial coach, Seth, who was in law school at the time. We hit it off. He's a Christian. We have a lot of the same values, and I basically refer clients to him that are above my pay grade. He knows the legal system. He has his own law firm. As a coach, it's very smart to network with other coaches that can fill in the gaps that you don't know and don't really want to know. I don't want to go to law school. It's much easier for me to refer him business than for me to go to law school, and that's really my options when I encounter those ideal clients. My advice to you is to narrow down your ideal client. Network with professionals in adjacent industries, and then also network with other financial coaches. Having an ideal client as a financial coach is so important, and I cannot overstate that. I harp on this a lot in my Become a Coach program, but it's one of my biggest pet peeves when I meet another financial coach and I'm like, oh, who do you work with? Who's your ideal client? And they usually say one of two things. They say, people who make a lot of money but don't know where it all goes. And number two, I don't know. That's it. It's usually one of those two answers every single time. And this is so important because if you really want to grow your financial coaching business, you have got to have an ideal client. If you don't, this is probably going to be a spotty side hustle at best, where you're mostly working with people that you know. If you really want to grow your clientele, have this be your full-time job, you need to solve very nuanced, specific problems. I hope that this was immensely helpful for you as you're navigating the financial coaching world and figuring out which ideal client is going to be right for you. Be encouraged that when you really feel a burning need, you will automatically attract clients that want you to solve that need for them.